into 1 plus x raised power n. Now here we use the binomial 1 plus x far less than 1 and n real number. 1 plus x raised power n is equal to 1 plus n into x. 1 plus 1 by 2 into 0.002. It is 10. 1 plus 0.01. I hope you are getting. It is 10 into 1.01. You multiply it by 10, you'll get 10.1. It's our answer. But this is a numerical value. Now, let's take a good example in physics. Of course, it's a derivation because I can't tell about the numerical values, the numericals which come in physics. For that, you need to know lots of basic formulas. Here, I define for Earth. This is our Earth, say. This is the radius of Earth. At some point P, which is outside the Earth, or from center of Earth, this distance is R. Then at this point, value of G, acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity depends upon these factors. G, gravitation constant, M is mass of Earth, R is the distance of the particular point from the center of the Earth. So, here at surface means at this point A, G capital M by R square, which you have a standard value 9.8. Right? Now the question here is, it is height h. Find or say prove that value of G at P, say Gp is equal to G1 minus 2h by R. This I call simply G, okay? This is G. G into 1 minus 2h by R given R is equal to R plus H and H is far less than R. Practically, if I talk, then R is the radius of Earth. It is 6,400 kilometers. Practical, it is practical. I'm saying R is 6,400 kilometers. And if we ask that the value of here, this formula says the value of G changes as the distance from center changes. If distance increased, G will get decreased. Fine. Now, the way it changes, it is this basically. Sometimes the situation is that if it is asked that from the ground level, you need to find at 10 kilometers from the at 10 kilometers height from the Earth's surface, the value of G. Then H is what? 10 kilometers. R is what? 6,400. And H I am saying 10 kilometers. Then definitely H is far less than capital R. In that case, this particular direct formula will give very complex calculations in points and something like this. Then this particular binomial theorem will help a lot. Let me prove it. We are just taking here H is far less than R. Look, G at P, G capital M by R square. It is G capital M by r plus h whole square. GP, G capital M, I take r out, it becomes r square 1 plus h by r whole square. GP, G capital M by r square 1 by 1 plus h by r whole square. This itself is G. We defined it, G at the surface. It's written simply G. GP is equal to, this is G, and this can be written as 1 plus h by r raised per minus 2. Of course. Now, what about the proof? Now, h is far less than r, then h by r far less than 1. Look carefully. Here, h is far less than r, h by r far less than 1. This becomes our x. This becomes our n. I hope now you remember 1 plus x n can be written as 1 plus nx. Here it is g, x is what? H by r. It can be written as n. N means minus 2 h by r. Finally we have g1 minus 2 h by r. Lot more examples are there to make you understand the application of binomial. This is one two good examples which I am giving you. Third important point from algebra. See, AP, GP, arithmetic progression, geometric progression. Arithmetic progression, I recall you A plus D, A plus 2D, so on, A plus n minus 1D. Formula for nth term, A plus n minus 1D. Sum of n terms, n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. Actually, this is rarely used. You need to memorize these formulas only. And this arithmetic progression. Another one is geometric progression, which has lots of use. First of all, understand it cheaply. Geometric progression is like this: AR square, AR cube, AR 4. First term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, nth term. Nth term. AR n minus. First term, 0, r raised to 0. Second term, r raised to 1. Third term, 2. Fourth term, 3. Fifth term, 4. Nth term, n minus 1. This is formula for nth term. Sum of n terms, A r n minus 1 upon r minus 1. But let me tell you, this is when r is greater than 1. This formula is used when r. Now, what is? I'll just give you an example. Then you will understand. What is r? R is called common ratio. Red name. Common ratio. Look, I take an example of GP. Here I have 2 multiplied by 4, 8, 32. 128, and so on. Now look, divide any of the term to its previous term. You will get value of r. AR squared divided by AR, you will get r. AR cube divided by AR square, you will get r. Any term divided by its previous one. Here 8 by 4, 8 by 2, it is 4. Divide this 32 by 8, it is 4. Divide this 128 by 32, it is 4. Here, value of r is 4. Got it? Now there are 10 terms. See? So we need to find the value of 10 terms. The sum of 10 terms means 2 plus 8 plus 32 plus 128 up to 10 terms. The direct formula is this A. A is first term 2. R is 10. R is 4. N. How many terms? 10. 10 minus 1 by 4 minus 1. Of course, very large number. But you can calculate. Now, let me tell you, AP is rarely used. You may take some examples. GP this form, where R is greater than 1. It is also rarely used. Now I am turning to a last point which is very highly used in the whole physics. That is what? If R is less than 1, then the formula becomes SNA 1 minus Rn upon 1 minus R. Just this, these change their role. Now, further, R is less than 1, Rn is far less than 1. For example, R is 1 by 2 and N is 10. Then 1 by 2 raised to power 10. It is far less than 1. It becomes, then this formula becomes this 1 minus Rn. 1 minus Rn becomes approximately 1 because this quantity is very much smaller than 1. Then we have Sn A upon 1 minus 2. Or I simply write S. There is no need of N now. And theoretically it is said in many questions that N tends to infinity. Theoretically it is being said N tends to infinity. If it tends to infinity, definitely it will become 0. I take an example. You take R equals to 1 by 2 and N equals to 10. Then 1 by 2, 10. 1 by 1, 0, 2, 4. Very small number. If I make it N20, it will become much lesser. And theoretically, if it is said infinity, then finally it vanishes. It becomes 0. So this one, the whole discussion is concentrated, whole discussion shrinks to this formula. Now, what is the use of the formula? Fantastic application is there, and that you will study. Let me first tell you, if a ball is dropped from a height h on a floor, then it comes, strikes with velocity v, returns back with v1, goes to height h1, definitely less than h previous one. Practically, you drop a ball, it will take a tip, then move up, but less than the previous height, and tip, finally it will stop. Now, there is a term E coefficient of restitution. I'm just naming it, no need to memorize it. You will get this, you will understand in details when you study collision. This E has value between 0 and 1. Now, this V1 is E, I call it V0, okay? EV0. And this H1 is equal to E square H0, I call it H0. There is a relation. That means, now you can guess, third time when it comes and goes with V2. And now hide H2. Then V2 is EV1, H2 is EH1. Every two consecutive are related definitely. As I told you in GP, only two terms, first and its consecutive. They are dividing them, you will get value of R. Here I say V2 is equal to E. V1 is what? EV0. EV0. It is E square V0. Here it is H1 and E square. Sorry, it was H2 was E square H1. H1 was E square H0. H2 E square, and similarly I should write, and now you can guess, E square H2. Square of previous and this simple multiplication of E. H1 E square H0, H2 E square H1, H3 E square H2. Now this is the known value. H1 is E square H0. E square is here. It is E4 H0. It is H2 E4 H0. It becomes E6 H0. Got it? These are the values. Now, there is a common question. You can understand now this question first. If this ball is dropped and this height H0, for example, I take H0, say 40 meters, then it bounces back, take slow, and finally it stops. So question is that before stopping, how much distance is traveled in vertical direction? Means it comes 40 meters, then it goes suppose 30 meters, then comes 30 meters, then goes 20 meters. All these distances, I'm not saying the lengths of path it covers. If we need to calculate that means we are going to calculate the time it moved, the distances it traveled. Just this. Okay. Now, these distances are, I say the distance is H, it comes H0 down, then goes H1, comes H1 to H1. H0 will come once. Usually students perform, they do this mistake. They write 2 before H0 also. No. H0 happens once. H1 it goes up, then comes down. So it's twice. Plus 2H2 plus 2H3. Theoretically saying infinite. Right? We write here H0 plus 2E square H0. Here write 2E4 H0. Here 2E6 H0 and so on. I take H0 common. 1 plus 2E square plus 2E4, 2E6. You must understand one thing very clear, that what is the role of maths? Now you may be getting. It's a simple formula I told you. I told you this only, that S is equal to A upon 1 minus R. Very simple formula. But when it is applied in physics, then there is more physics, little mathematics. Need to think about, this is physics. Now adding again, there's a little elementary level of mathematics. Up to yet I haven't used any bigger formula. Still, there is 2 with all and there is no combination of I take 2e square common from these terms. Here 1 plus e square plus, if I take e4 plus e6 and so on. Now look at this term only, this section. First term a is 1, multiplied to e square we get e square. This multiplied to e square we get e4. This multiplied to e square we get e6. Means here a is 1 and r is e square. Now here to apply this formula, I should apply here, then I'll come back sum of this situation. This is a 1 upon 1 minus e square. Now it is h naught 1 plus 2 e square 1 upon 1 minus e square. You can solve it. H naught 1 minus e square plus 2 e square upon 1 minus e square, and answer is h naught 1 plus e square 1 minus e square. For example, here h naught was 40, right? And let the value of e is 1 by 2. Then what should be the answer? Our total distance comes h naught 1 plus e square upon 1 minus e square. I say h equals to 1 by 2. Sorry, e equals to 1 by 2. Then e square is 1 by 4. H equals to 40. 1 plus 1 by 4. 1 minus 1 by 4. 5 by 4. 3 by 4. 200 by 3. 66.7. Got it? No need to go in the detail of this question. I'm just telling you an application of it. Of course, this is a big one, and the question has been first in IIT in 98, 99. Then later on, lots of competitive exams. And no need to solve always this much long, because every time this is not asked. Sometimes it's asked only that value of e is 1 by 2. Then after first striking with the floor, how much height will go, you say e square h naught. So I have explained it completely, but you need not to bother about the calculations and that more. This is about algebra section, which is used. Other few basic things you know very well in the mathematics, in the physics.